Call Haloyim La Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shah Bahasham rawchaa qadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles and bishops of Great Millstone. For as it becomes more and more evident by each and every second that they are the chosen vessels, that they are the vessels, earthly vessels, chose by Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shah to reinstate our identity of the nation of Israel, which is so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And this is Matthew's chapter 23, verses 20. Salaki. This is Matthew's chapter 24, verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming? And of the end, and of the end of the world. This is in regards to a brother that did this video. His name is GMS Levi, the lawgiver Ba. And this is a video talking about the Persians mean business and they ain't playing. And that's the people over there that now the Jew has been at, terrorizing for quite some time now. Back to the scriptures. This is going to be a video. I'm just reading he's got Matthew chapter 24 verses 3 through 7 on there. I'm just reading them out because he didn't sound them off. And then it's going to be followed by a video to show that, the third woe is coming. The third woe will come quickly. Okay? It's Matthew 24 verse 4. And Yahweh Shah answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. Wait for the next one to come up, next verse. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am a Mashiach, or I am Yahweh Shah, and shall deceive many. Verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Salaki. Waiting for the next verse to load up. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. Now the video is going to segue to him playing a video of like Persian news, talking about their nuclear capabilities and how they're not afraid to pull it. Fair use, fair use, fair use. Oh, and this is verse 8, Matthew's 24 and 8. And all these are the beginning of sorrows. And that's manifold. The sorrows for Esau and the other heathen nations, as well as Jacob's trouble. Where we will all be tried and judged. There's another one. Revelations chapter 11, verse 14. The second woe was past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. So Salakia, for earlier, I thought that when I said that earlier about the second woe was past and the third woe would come quick, I thought that was a part of Matthew's. Forgive me. That is from Revelation chapter 11 verses 14. And I'm going to read it again. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. That's talking about world wars. This book is written in code, because if it was to say, Iran will go against America and Israel, with their partners, China, modern day China, and Russia, and Iran, and North Korea. I mean, this Bible would have never made it here today. So forgive me for that mix up. I just want to clarify. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. That belongs to Revelation chapter 11, verses 14, not Matthew chapter 24. So forgive me for that, Salakia. Here's the video.
In other news, Iran has sharply increased its stockpile of highly enriched uranium in recent months. The International Atomic Energy Agency, in its quarterly report, raised its serious concern, saying that Iran has an estimated
And just for FYI, the real Persians, these are what we call, well, Salakia, what the Heavenly Father calls Elamites. Elamites, or what they're called today, so-called East Indians. Those curry powders. Got some nice women though. Some of them ain't bad.
In other news, Iran has sharply increased its stockpile of highly enriched uranium in recent months. The International Atomic Energy Agency, in its quarterly report, raised its serious concern, saying that Iran has an estimated 274.8 kilograms of uranium enriched to up to 60% as of 8th February, up by 92.5 kilograms since the previous report in November. In principle, that is enough for 6 nuclear bombs if enriched further, and sufficient for more weapons at lower enrichment levels. The IAEA said Iran is the only non-nuclear weapon state to enrich uranium to 60%. According to the United Nations nuclear watchdog, Iran's stockpile of uranium at various levels of enrichment was estimated at 8,294.4 kilograms, and that's as of early February, up by 1,690 kg since the previous quarterly report. The amount is more than 40 times the limit set in the 2015 accord with world powers. The IAEA reports came ahead of the agency's Board of Governors meeting. Furthermore, AFP cites a diplomatic source saying that Iran's rate of production of highly enriched uranium jumped to between 35 to 40 kilograms per month, compared to around 6 kilograms previously. Tensions between the UN nuclear watchdog and Iran have flared since the 2015 deal.
And that's also another scripture comes to mind. I can't remember where it is, but one of them is it says, "Let the weak say I am strong." You know, and ever since Hiroshima and Nagasaki last century in the 40s, you know, everyone saw the devastation that it caused. And they played it smooth where, you know, they kind of submitted, you know, to America as the dominating force. But through time, they've learned and developed their own ICBM missiles. And it's led all the way up to the modern day time, which is the nuke. And now they're not so apprehensive about letting it be known that, man, you know, they keep, if America, Babylon, now that you keep fucking with them, that they'll pull it. You know, they're crumbling from the inside out. These Edomites are fighting amongst themselves as well as, you know, hurting those other heathen nations. And it's about to get real ugly out here. If you watch Elder Bishop Malcolm's channel, from the elder from Chicago, they just talked. I just learned that Trump tried to initiate the digitalization of our American currency. So this kingdom is getting ready to go down real fast. It's not going to take 1,000. We're not going to be here for another 1,000 years. It seems more about like 1,000 hours is all we got left before shit gets real and Yahushua or Michael comes and cracks them, comes and helps, and then Yahushua will come via the chariots with Michael and the other archangels to destroy this place and gather his elect, whoever they are. And then the bombs, the nuclear missiles will hit Babylon, utterly destroying it, and Esau's kingdom will never rise again. It'll then be the nation of Israel's turn with Yahushua. It's by default, like the Spirit said through Elder Apostle Gabar, it'll be the kingdom of Yahushua, and the elect in the 1/3 will be the joint heirs. And so will the 2/3, but they come back through the loins of the elect in the 1/3. I don't know my place. I'll know in time. But I'm sorry, let me get back to the video.
Curbing Tehran's nuclear program in exchange for sanctions relief, which fell apart. as president, Donald Trump unilaterally withdrew the US from the 2015 deal. In recent years, Tehran has increasingly rolled back its cooperation with the IAEA by deactivating surveillance devices needed to monitor the nuclear program and further barring UN inspectors. Now, in December last year, Tehran warned that it would ramp up production of uranium enriched to 60% in response to the adoption of an IAEA board resolution that censored Tehran for its lack of cooperation with the agency. Earlier this week, Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi dismissed the possibility of direct negotiations with the US on Tehran's nuclear program. That's after Washington announced fresh sanctions on Tehran.
Iran's nuclear program is a controversy all across the world. Now, it is not a secret in West Asia that there is an anticipation for a strike. The US and Israel are planning to strike Iran's nuclear facilities. On the other hand, the atomic bomb watchdog says that Tehran has been upgrading its levels of uranium to weapons-grade level. We tell you more.
Facing maximum pressure policy from Washington, Iran is gearing up its self-defense. The Islamic Republic is on high alert, following reports of a joint attack on its nuclear sites by the US and Israel. In an interview, Israeli Foreign Minister Gideon Sa'ar said Iran had enriched enough uranium to build a couple of bombs. Israel has warned its Western allies that time is running out. The UN nuclear watchdog has reported that Tehran has accelerated its production of weapons-grade uranium after the election. A report by the Vienna-based International Atomic Energy Agency said that as of February 8th, Iran has 274.8 kilograms of uranium enriched up to 60%. That's an increase of 92.5 kilograms since the IAEA's last report in November. Iran describes the claims as irrational and outrageous. The Islamic Republic has ruled out the possibility of direct talks with the United States.
خصوص مذاکرات هسته‌ای. With respect to the negotiations on Iran's nuclear issue, Iran's position is very clear. We will not negotiate under pressure, threats, or sanctions. Therefore, as long as the US continues its maximum pressure campaign against Iran, direct nuclear talks between the two countries will be impossible.
Iran's foreign minister says Tehran will make decisions following consultations with its allies. Russia and European counterparts in the foreseeable future. Russia's top diplomat who visited Tehran in an effort to ease the right.
My phone is just going slow. They do this on purpose. Just keep pushing though.
Tensions over Iran's nuclear program, believes diplomacy is still on the table.
We spoke extensively about the situation around Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action on Iranian nuclear program. We are sure that the resource of diplomacy is still on the table. It should not be neglected. It should be exploited to the maximal efficiency without any threats and certain implications regarding use of force. We are determined to seek acceptable solutions to find a way out of the situation which has been created not by Iran, but by our Western colleagues.
The Islamic Republic has been performing drills since January and has only increased its navy, military, and aerial exercise in recent days. Last weekend, Iran's army launched the large-scale Zulfikar 14.
Slovakia. This internet is always acting funny as of late. I'm looking at some dumb carnal shit. It's no problem. Let's go back a little bit.
Said Iran had enriched enough uranium to build a couple of bombs. Israel has warned its Western allies that time is running out. The UN nuclear watchdog has reported that Tehran has accelerated its production of weapons-grade uranium after the election of US President Donald Trump. The report by the Vienna-based International Atomic Energy Agency said that as of February 8th, Iran has 274.8 kilograms of uranium enriched up to 60%. That's an increase of 92.5 kilograms since the IAEA's last report in November. Iran described the claims as irrational and outrageous. The Islamic Republic has ruled out the possibility of direct talks with the United States.
With respect to the negotiations on Iran's nuclear issue, Iran's position is very clear. We will not negotiate under pressure, threats, or sanctions. Therefore, as long as the U.S. continues its maximum pressure campaign against Iran, direct nuclear talks between the two countries will be impossible.
Iran's foreign minister says Tehran will make decisions following consultations with its ally Russia and European counterparts in the foreseeable future. Russia's top diplomat who visited Tehran in an effort to ease the rising tensions over Iran's nuclear program believes diplomacy is still on the table.
We spoke extensively about the situation around Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action on Iranian nuclear program. We are sure that the resource of diplomacy is still on the table. It should not be neglected. It should be exploited to the maximal efficiency without any threats and certain implications regarding use of force. We are determined to seek acceptable solutions to find a way out of the situation which has been created not by Iran, but by our Western colleagues.
The Islamic Republic has been performing drills since January and has only increased its navy, military, and aerial exercise in recent days. Last weekend, Iran's army launched the large-scale Zulfikar 1403 joint military exercise, spanning the southern and southeastern regions and extending into the Sea of Oman. One of Tehran's most powerful forces, the Iran Revolutionary Guards, say the drills also feature the deployment of enhanced Qadash drones, now equipped with air-to-air missiles for aerial interception. As Tehran moves to enrich its weaponry and protect its nuclear sites, there is increasing pressure on the Trump administration to impose measures that restrict Iran's nuclear growth. Trump's first term in office was marked by a particularly troubled period in relations with Tehran. In 2018, he unilaterally withdrew the US from Iran's nuclear deal with world powers, leading to sanctions, hobbling the economy. He also ordered the killing of the country's top general. Under the original 2015 nuclear deal, programs are only for research and peaceful purposes, with Washington's maximum policy, and Israel attacking its axis of resistance across West Asia. It is unclear whether Iran will revive its nuclear accord.
All right, this is Joel chapter 3 verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Three and 10. Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Yep, that's the scripture right there, Joel 3 and 10, that I said up 5-10 minutes ago. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shah. Let the heathen be weakened and come up to the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, for there I will sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. So it's getting ready to go down out here, you know. And with Trump wanting to disassociate himself with NATO, as well as trying to attempt to, I think he said in June they're going to try to digitalize the currency. They tried it today. I haven't really read much up on it, but I'm going to check it out. This is Joel chapter 3, verse 14. Multitudes, multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shah is near in the valley of decision. So it's getting ready to go down out here. And the blood moon is this Thursday, or Thursday night. I think they said on the 13th. I gotta check it out. If I got that wrong, forgive me. The word, I think it starts on the 13th, but it starts at around midnight, so it segues into the 14th. Jeremiah 50:1. The word that the Lord Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shah spake against Babylon and against the land of the Chaldeans by Jeremiah the prophet. Declare ye among the nations and publish and set up a standard. Publish and conceal not. Say, Babylon is taken. Bel is confounded. Merodach is broken in pieces. Her idols are confounded. Her images are broken in pieces. Jeremiah 15:3. For out of the north there cometh up a nation against her, which shall make her land desolate, and none shall dwell therein. They shall remove, they shall depart, both man and beast. Jeremiah 51:1. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shah, behold, I will rise up against Babylon, and against them that dwell in the midst of them that raise up against me, a destroying wind. That's that thermonuclear fire. It's gonna be heat wave. Think about Terminator 2 Judgment Day when Sarah Connor was dreaming. And then that big wall of fire, after that nuke hit, that big wall of fire came, that destroying wind. This is Jeremiah 51:2. And will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her, and shall empty her land. For in the day of trouble they shall be against her roundabout, and that's those other nations. And like I said, you can check on the news. Trump is trying to undo with NATO. You know, they having issues with Canada and Mexico in terms of the trade wars. China just sent a text message after last week's, or this past Monday or Tuesday night's presidential speech, saying that they're ready for a trade war, you know, financial war, or any kind of war for that matter. So everyone's turned against this place, you know, and don't forget, you know, China's trying to have the BRICS nation where they're trying to, you know, develop their own currency and make it stronger than the U.S. dollar. And they're also joined by, you know, Russia, Iran, North Korea, and other countries. So it's looking bad right now. America's getting ostracized from the rest of the world. Jeremiah 51:3. Against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifteth himself up in his bragandine, and spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her host. So this place is going to get hit with thermonuclear missiles, ICBM missiles. Jeremiah 51:4. Thus the slain shall fall in the land of the Chaldeans, and that's here in America, and they that are thrust through in her streets. So it's about to be chaotic out here. When they cut off everyone's bank account and put it to zero because it's digitalization, that's when they're going to try to implement the M to the O to the T to the B, which is the mark of the B East. You know, the little micro C hip, okay, which is talked about in Revelation 13, verses 16 to 18. And he causeth all, both small and great, you know, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in his hand or in his forehead, roughly paraphrasing. And with this digitalization, they can wipe everyone's bank accounts to zilch, you know, and then say, well, if you want to get some money and get some, you know, some type of digital financial portfolio, you got to take this C-hip. And that's when shit's going to break left for these Edomites, for their kingdom. This is Isaiah 13:17. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, Salakia, which shall not regard her silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. So there's no way that Trump and them are going to be able to pay their way out of this ass whooping that they got coming, because they've done too much. They've been doing the most, and the Medes and the Purds are not going to hear it when it comes time to war. You know, they're going to pull it, and then Trump and them are going to try to pay someone off. They're going to try to pay them off, and they're not going to be with it at all. They got war, and all they see is blood. So we got to stay prayed up. Isaiah 38:10. And it shall come, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, it shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought. Yeah, that's the end of the video. So until next time, Shalom. Please stay prayed up.